This is so much of a rant, somewhat of a rant, I should say. We're now into this government shutdown, and a lot of families are going to be affected. Welfare families, I mean. Well, anyway, I know a girl that she's about 29 years old now, and I knew her when she about 18, right? I was dealing with her. She had a dude, but I was still dealing with her. As a matter of fact, this girl was so trifling that I used to have relations with her when she was pregnant. She would ride the bus to my house because she didn't have a car, and at the time I didn't. She would ride the bus to my condo and spend the weekend with me. It'd be an NFL weekend. She'd just come over. We'd do our thing. I'd make her breakfast and lay around and watch TV and keep doing my thing with her. Well, that went on till she dropped the baby. Then, you're a woman then. You're busy. So I'm like, okay, so ain't heard from her. Saw her one time, and this is the funny part about it. She gets with this guy, okay, I think we're 15 years apart. So I was messing with her when I was 33, she was 18. And the dude she was pregnant by was 4 years younger than me. No, 1 year younger than me, I'm sorry. So he was an old dude too. But this dude wasn't, kind of on the ball. Lived at home, didn't have a car, didn't have a job. Fast forward to last year. I see her leaving. I didn't know where she was leaving, but I saw her leaving a homeless shelter. I just saw her walking, and it's 90 degrees, and you got a baby carriage pushing a baby carriage with two kids on the side. So that's three kids and no man. So, I find her still attractive still. I still want to sleep with her because she was 18, now she's 29. If you take Confucius, he says the perfect age for a woman, for a man, you're supposed to take half your age plus 7. So if I'm 44, half of my age is 22 plus 7 is 29. That's a good formula, fellas, for is this girl too old for me or not? So she's at the perfect age. I see her, I shoot right up. So I was trying to work it out to where I could, get that again because she gave it to me when she was pregnant. My man, okay, all right. But nonetheless, what kind of man you got if you living in a homeless shelter? And, I pick her up in my 2017. Well, it's a Camry, but still, it's better than pushing a baby carriage, right? So I let her in the car and drive her to the bus stop, and I had some water in the back. Don't you know one of the little bastards just decided to take it without even asking me? I'm like, it's disgusting how these kind of values are passed on. These welfare chicks pass values on to their kids to where if you've got it and I need it, you should give it to me, or I should just be able to take it. Because one of the kids blurted out, I was talking to the woman about her situation, and she was saying how the homeless shelter she was staying at is supposed to give her a bus pass. Then I hear one of her little bastard daughters yelling, they're supposed to do that. They have to do that. See? I mean, the girl wasn't very bright. I'm talking about the woman. She wasn't very bright. But I wanted to say to her, you see how your kids have a sense of entitlement, but that's not really what I'm getting at. She calls me up just the other day, and she says, you want to come over? Basically setting it up to where she's going to give me some. So I'm like, yeah, I'll come over. Then about 20 minutes later, I got a text that said, you better have your money right. Wow. And it's like, how you going to tell me to have my money right when you got 4 kids with a dude that can't even go to work for your kids, not for himself, for your kids? And, I told her in the next text message I said to her, I said, you should have told your boyfriend that. How you going to give some stuff away for free to him and try to charge me for some shit I already had? I mean, wow. The nerve of that, fellas. I mean, you think about that. But that's nothing more than a result of the government shutdown. Because she's worried about losing her house. And you notice how I say that. She's worried about losing her house. I don't give a damn about what happens to her or her kids. I'm actually loving all of this stuff that's about to happen that's going to make people who basically don't want to take accountability or responsibility for anything, they're going to have to in the next coming months. Because if it goes into February with this government shutdown, that's about $8 billion that needs to be available to feed these people and their families. And I saw a report on CNN that said there's only about $3 billion in reserves. I hope it does mean $3 billion total. I hope it doesn't mean $3 billion a month in reserves. I hope it's $3 billion in reserves and that's it. But $8 billion a month, that lets you know how much money it is out there and how much money is given to people who don't contribute to society. It's disgusting, man. It's really, really bad, and it's going to get worse. Now, these pictures are pulled up from offline. Now, the first picture, that's what your stereotypical welfare mom looks like in the minds of most Americans, whether they be black or white. But this is also, the next two pictures are also images of what welfare moms are. I'll show them to you and be silent. Now, by looking at those kids in that photograph and their mother, what color do you think their father was? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people don't really say it, but the black man that calls out niggerish behavior, stereotypical niggerish behavior, is so vilified. It's a damn shame. Like someone with the following of a Tommy Sotomayor, man, they revere that guy for telling the truth. They want to get rid of him, silence him, as if that's going to make the issues in the black community go away. Man, I'm a former educator. That's why I get so much out of doing this YouTube channel, because I feel like I'm educating people. And, you know, I pretty much left the school district because kids didn't want to learn, didn't want to be smart, didn't want to buckle down and pay attention in school, so that they weren't aware of it was the school to prison pipeline that I was telling them about. Look, after you get out of high school, you'll get a choice. Either you'll go to the University of whatever, or you're going to go to the state-owned university where you get your own orange uniform to wear. You know what I'm saying? You get all that stuff. Schools and prisons are the same thing. If you look at them, they look the same. I believe the same people that architecturally designed a school designed a prison. Think about it. Gymnasium in a prison, in a school. Courtyard in a prison, in a school. Cafeteria, prison, school. You got long corridors, prison, school. Very, very limited windows. Prison, school. You wear uniforms. Prison, school. You get indoctrinated. Prison, school. What else goes on there? Oh, if you leave there is somebody that is going to be assigned to bring your ass back. Prison, school. And what makes it even worse is, I remember one time I was in Food Lion, and I'm in line buying food, and this girl bought about $300 worth of baby formula. I never buy $300 worth of groceries in one sitting. I've never done that. But I'm talking $300 worth of baby formula. And I got maybe $40 of groceries to last me. See, I'm a single. I buy food as I'm going to eat it. I really don't like doing it that way, but nah. I go to the store to buy what I'm going to eat and then go home and cook it for the most part, because I don't want the meat to go. I don't like the meat to put it in the refrigerator or the freezer and then take it out. I don't want to do all that. I just want to take it home and cook it and eat it, period. So I'm in line and I'm getting maybe $25 worth of stuff. One of those pre-arranged bags of salad, some chicken breasts, some mushrooms, and some cranberry juice. That's probably something along those lines. Nothing. I didn't even have a cart. I had one of those baskets, or I might have been carrying the shit in my hand. But the point I'm making is she had a shopping cart full of baby formula. The girl had to go behind the counter, get the keys to get all this baby formula. And I just was like, yo, I can't believe I work every day and I couldn't even fathom. I wouldn't be able to buy $300 worth of real food. And you getting $300 worth of baby formula and I'm paying for that shit? I had a mini rant in the store. And some people were like, well, they seem to understand, but they could have been getting EBT cards too. But yeah, so basically all this government shutdown, which is going to result in chicks that don't have a lot of means having less means, which means they'll be selling their vaginas for bread.